Arsenal won, Manchester United won, but Manchester United win 5-3 on penalties. And I'll be honest with you, I do think Manchester United did deserve to go through in this match because, I think we although we started a little bit poorly, I think in the first half, even though I did miss the first half, unfortunately it was a little bit quiet from the stats anyway that I could see. I do believe that Man United overall did deserve to go through, especially how well United defended with 10 men when Dalot got sent off. But in terms of the starting lineup, let's just speak a little bit about that for a little moment. Maguire and Garnacho started ahead of Ahmad and Xerxes from my preferred lineup, and that was basically it in terms of Ruben Amorim's starting 11. But apart from that, it was exactly the same. But Arsenal did score from in the 19th minute. But the flag is raised for offside. So unfortunately for Arsenal, they could have gone ahead in the 19th minute, but they were caught offside. But in terms of some half-time stats, I can see that not much happened really. Arsenal had 4 shots, 0 on target, and United had 3 shots and 2 on target, so not really much happened in the first half. So, and like I said, I did miss the first half unfortunately because I was out. But in terms of the second half though, this is where it all started to kick off basically. It started off by Diego Dalot getting a yellow card for a reckless tackle on Luis Skelly, who is in a heap on the ground, forcing the referee to show the Portugal international a yellow card. And it's also a free kick to Arsenal in a good position just outside the penalty area on the left, and nothing comes of the free kick. However, Manchester United do score in the 52nd minute. Maguire's switch of play for Dalot is headed forward to Gabriel in midfield, with the centre-back playing his pass off Garnacho, who manages to win it back before getting the better of his opponent. And then Garnacho is driving at the Arsenal back line, and the winger charges into the penalty area before playing an unselfish pass right across the face of goal to Fernandes, who hammers a first-time hit past David Raya. So it was a really good goal, I have to say. Really good play by United, especially forcing Arsenal into making them errors and then kind of running at the Arsenal defence and forcing them to make mistakes. And then obviously Bruno Fernandes is in acres of space in the box, and then he's able to put the ball into the back of the net to make it 1-0 to Manchester United. But unfortunately though for Man United, Diego Dalot does pick up a second yellow card in the 61st minute. And look, I think it was a sliding challenge on Moreno ahead of the technical areas, and he slightly mistimes the tackle. And I think the 2 yellow cards that Diego Dalot picked up, I think they were a little bit unfortunate. On another day, one of them isn't given. I think the first one, I don't know. It just depends on the referee at the end of the day. Yeah, but I think the second one is probably a yellow card, but the first one I think is not. But I think once you're on a yellow card diving in like that, you're giving the referee a decision to make basically. And Diego Dalot, he dove in and he already on a yellow card picked up early on in the second half, and then he gives the referee a decision to make, and the referee makes a decision, and then he has to send him off. He gives him a second yellow, and Diego Dalot is giving his marching orders. And some fans are going to argue that it's a little bit harsh or whatever, and if it was an Arsenal player, it probably wouldn't have happened because they're at home or whatever. I don't know. I'm a little bit on the fence with that. Another referee gives it, another referee doesn't give it. But in my opinion, I think Diego Dalot shouldn't be diving in like that, especially if you are on a yellow card already. You got to stay on your feet and just jockey. And not dive in like that, unfortunately. But Man United do unfortunately lose their lead. Arsenal equalise in the 63rd minute, and I think it's Martinelli's cross from the left that isn't dealt with by Inde, who punches the ball straight up into the air. Mainu also fails to head it clear, allowing Gabriel to swivel and hit an impressively coordinated volley that takes a deflection on its way through and in, and that's 1-1 to Arsenal. And then Arsenal equalise to make it 1-1. And then Arsenal do get a penalty in the 69th minute. So Sterling darts into a pocket of space ahead of the penalty area and plays a pass into the feet of Havertz, who dribbles past Maguire and have a shot on goal. The centre-back failed to sort his feet out and tackles the German international, giving the Gunners a chance to take the lead from the spot. And I think that tackle the putting the hand out that Maguire done, I think it was a little bit foolish as well. Possibly Havertz does go down a little bit easy. It can be argued that he did go down a little bit easy, but I don't think Maguire needs to be making that type of challenge, especially I think he's got Martinez on his left hand side, if I'm not mistaken. So he doesn't really need to be making that type of challenge in the box. But yeah, Arsenal get a penalty, and I think Maguire and there's a little bit of a scuffle or whatever. Maguire picks up a yellow card. I think two other Arsenal players or something pick up yellow cards as well. But fortunately for United, Bayinde guesses right and he saves the penalty. It stays at 1-1. Odegaard steps up and sends his penalty low to the goalkeeper's left-hand side, but the Manchester United goalkeeper sees it the whole way and beats the ball to the post, pushing it away to keep the score level. So, really, really good save by Inde. He's coming up good in this match, and he did pick up man of the match as well, had the highest rating as well. And then he makes another really good save in the 77th minute. Odegaard times his cross from the edge of the 18-yard box to perfection, playing Rice through with only the goalkeeper to beat from 6 yards out, but the substitute sees a point-blank header denied by a leaping Bayinde. And then Havertz in the 89th minute misses another incredible opportunity. Odegaard curls an inch-perfect cross into the penalty area from inside the right channel, sending the ball over the head of De Ligt and past Fernandes. For Havertz, the German international manages to awkwardly chest it down 2 yards from goal, but somehow scoops his finish up over the crossbar. So again, Arsenal miss another incredible opportunity, and then the game does go into extra time. And I don't remember really too much happening in extra time, but Manchester United do escape again in the 102nd minutes of extra time. Jorginho's clever pass over the top gets Havertz into the penalty area near the byline, with the striker keeping the ball in play by volleying a pass across the face of goal for Trossard. With Bayinde out of the picture, all the substitute has to do is redirect it over the line, but De Ligt comes crashing through to put in a last second clearance, and that was a really, really good opportunity for Arsenal to actually go on to win the game, because if that goes in, then they're going to win that game. They're going to win the game 2-1 because United are down to 10 men. However, how United played with 10 men, I was particularly impressed by United, how they played with 10 men. We did have a couple of opportunities on the counter-attack as well when we did win the ball back, and we did go forward as well. So I think how United and Amorim managed the game with 10 men was incredibly good in my opinion. But in terms of the ratings, we should take a quick look at that as well, like we usually do. So here are the ratings. You got Bayinde here with a 9.0. Let's see, he's made 6 saves there. That's pretty good. And then of course, saved penalties. He did save that one penalty by guessing the right way, and I think if Arsenal do score that, then that penalty that they got in the second half, I think Arsenal go on to win the game. Accurate passes isn't great, accurate long balls isn't great as well, but he did make some really good saves this match, and it was kind of like David De Gea-esque, and you can see how many all his stats say: 10 recoveries, 2 high claims, 3 throws, 2 punches. So acted as sweeper once as well, saves inside the box 6. So I'm really impressed with Bayinde as well. Total saves 6. So he had a good game. De Ligt with a 6.7 here, and then you can see with De Ligt 16 out of 20 accurate passes. I think Arsenal did go on to obviously dominate the game in terms of possession wise and stats as well, after Diego Dalot did get sent off early on in the second half. But that's De Ligt. Maguire 7.2. I think Maguire had a good game as well. He was pretty decent, except for that penalty that he gave away, which, like I said, it's probably like a 50-50, but thankfully Bayinde did save that. Then touches 50 as well, which is decent. Duels, he's won 7 out of 8 of his duels, which is good as well. Let's have a look at how many duels De Ligt won. De Ligt's won 1, so he's 1 out of 2. He wasn't involved in too many. And then in Martinez, he's got 7.0 here. Pass accuracy pretty decent as well. I think this is the penalty, I think, yeah. And then you've got the duels, it's 5 out of 8 duels won. Mazraoui got a 7.1 as usual. Mazraoui had the most tackles in the match and lost the most duels of the match as well, which isn't great. So he's involved in a lot of duels here. 9 out of, what is that, 21 duels he's won. 9 out of 21 duels he's won, which isn't great. But he's getting involved in the duels. But obviously, I want to be, be winning most of our duels. Tackles won 3 out of 5, so he's won the most tackles in the match. Ugarte, I thought he was all right, not amazing. I think he's won 4 out of 11 duels. I think that could be better. And then Mainu, let's have a look at him. 6.9 here. Accurate passes 15 out of 17. And then duels, he's getting stuck in as well, winning. He's won the majority of his duels, so he's won 8 out of 13 duels. And then you've got Dallo, he's got 5.1. 11 out of 19 accurate passes. And he did get sent off, and I don't think he had a great game. Yeah, another referee sends him off, another one doesn't, but he shouldn't be getting sent off that early on in the second half after picking up a yellow card just like 10 minutes before. But yeah, I think poor decision making by Dallo there. Garnacho, I thought he was okay, a little bit quiet. I think 6 out of 12 duels won. Maybe that could be higher. But yeah, I think that needs to be a little bit better. Bruno Fernandes has got 7.8 here, 21 out of 31 accurate passes, and chances created 1. I think he had a little bit of a quiet game. Usually he does create more chances. Then duels, he's won 6 out of 15 duels. And then Højlund as well was quiet, in my opinion. So he was the most accurate passer to play, 45 minutes or more. So yeah, 100% pass accuracy, but he's not getting the touches, is he? Like 16 touches in the opposition box, 0. I think that needs to be better. It doesn't matter who plays striker. I think like they need to be getting more touches in the box. So he's lost 5 duels there. It's not great in my opinion. But yeah, in terms of the substitutes though, I think most of them were all right. Amad Diallo, I thought he was okay as well when he came on. 100% pass accuracy. 1 out of 4 duels won. He needs to be winning more of his duels. Then Toby Collier as well. He's getting some minutes, which is nice to see. 57% accurate passes. Then he's got 3 out of 7 duels won, which could be a little bit better as well. But he's not had too many minutes. Joshua Zirkzee, 3 out of 13 duels won, so that's not great. I think that needs to be better. But when he did come on, I thought he was okay. I thought he looked a little bit dangerous when he did come on the pitch and offered some a little bit of attacking threat when United did get a couple of opportunities when they won the ball back. And when we're playing with 10 men, it's difficult to attack. And I thought he was all right. And then Malacia, he was all right as well when he came on. 2 out of 2 duels won. 75% accurate passes. And then Lenny Yoro as well, he was okay, I think. Didn't really get involved in any duels, had a little bit of a quiet game. Went only 16 minutes, so he can't really complain, but I think he did dispatch that penalty as well. So yeah, overall, I'll be honest with you, I'm quite surprised that we did come away with the win. I did predict us to lose because I just didn't really think that we would win, honestly, because obviously going away to the Emirates is a difficult ground, and on top of that, Manchester United haven't been in great form either. But you know what? You got to take it as it is. We are in the next round of the FA Cup, and it's another opportunity for to win some silverware this season. Like, we got knocked out the League Cup, unfortunately. So, I want United to be winning trophies, and unfortunately, we've not really been winning that many since Sir Alex Ferguson's retired or whatever. But yeah, as United as a club, we've been winning trophies like year on year, and we do need to be carrying on that tradition with Amorim. So this is a really good opportunity for us to kind of win some silverware. We are up against Leicester City at home in the next round of the FA Cup. But yeah, overall, I'm really chuffed with the win. Very surprised. Didn't think that we would get through because, that game against Arsenal in the Premier League, Arsenal did, not necessarily dominate us in terms of creating clear-cut chances. That game in the Premier League, which we lost 2-0. Obviously, we did concede from them 2 set pieces. But in terms of that game, Arsenal are a decent side. They're probably the second best team, or they have been the second best team in the country for the past couple of years. So yeah, always good beating Arsenal at the Emirates, and brought back kind of memories from when we I think we beat them under Ollie, if I'm not mistaken. I think we did. But yeah, anyway, really chuffed with the win. Very surprised as well. And hopefully Ruben Amorim wins some silverware this season with the likes of the Europa League, which is coming back, and the FA Cup as well. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.